All right, today I'm going to be continuing the David Bowie reactions. Today I'm reacting to Station to Station. This came out a year before Low, which is the last album that I did. I know I'm kind of doing these out of order, but I really did enjoy Low, kind of more of an ambient electronic album, which was just an unbelievable experience. Especially the second half of that album really blew me away. One thing I do notice is Wild is the Wind is a track on here, and that is originally a Nina Simone track. And I've actually been listening to that album a lot. The album's called Wild is the Wind, so I'm excited for that. Make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. There's a link in the description down below, and we're gonna hop into the first track, which is the title track, Station to Station. We got a 10-minute opener here. Cool panning. Whoa. I love the patience to everything here. Those like ugly piano stabs. Ooh! Ugh. I love how we're just like keeping the guitar feedback going. Oh. Love that vibrato. Are those like train sounds there? Maybe? Little train track sound effects. This part is so buttery smooth. That guitar work, that. Whoa, it's really cool. Kind of has an 80s feel to it. Those lyrics. Oh, now we're just getting fully like jammy here. This is great percussion. Oh, the bass there. The keys. This is kind of a Bohemian Rhapsody-esque. Is that crazy to say? Very ambitious structure. Too late. Ooh, bass there. Wow. What an adventurous, ambitious track. Kind of gave me Bohemian Rhapsody vibes. I know that's such like an obvious and surface level comparison, but this did come out a year after Bohemian Rhapsody, so I feel like I'm not totally out to lunch on that. What is going on lyrically here? The return of the thin white duke, throwing darts in lovers' eyes. We're a little bit more abstract on this one. I felt like Low was a little bit like more straightforward lyrically, but looks like we're back into the usual Bowie abstractness. Very theatrical, very adventurous. We'll keep going. Next track is Golden Years. A little bit funky again. We had some funky stuff on Low too.
Let me hear you say life's taking you nowhere.
Ooh.
Look at that sky, life's begun. Nights are warm and the days are young. There's my faith, I lost my soul. Once I'm begging you save a little soul.
The snaps over there. That's good.
Last night they loved you, opening doors and pulling some strings.
I love, dude, he's doing so much vocally on this track. It's just all over the place. It's crazy. It says this song was originally written for Elvis, but he declined. I mean, I don't know what Elvis would have done with this, but it would not be as interesting as this. The whistling. Love the guitar on the left here. That little walk down. Right there. It's a really good like counter melody. Wow. That was amazing. I feel like instrumentally that pulls from a lot of great funk of the 70s. Like obviously I'm thinking of Stevie Wonder, specifically with the instrumentation, how there's like 6 different melodies that are super strong, all going on at the same time, and they're all melodies that could like be, you know, the lead melody of any other song. It's just so hooky, so like, yeah, hook driven, and they're all like happening at the same time, but it never feels too messy or over the top. They intertwine in such like a perfect way. Like the bass melody, the two guitars going on, and then what he's doing vocally is insane as well. Yeah, a little bit more straightforward lyrically on this one compared to the last track, but loved the range and the variety and the different like places in his voice he went to on that track. That was amazing. Next track is Word on a Wing. If we do get some like more dark, gloomy ambient stuff, I'll welcome it. I kind of hope we do, to be honest. Maybe not. What a crispy snare sound.
In this age of grand illusion, you walked into my life out of my dreams.
Oh, we got this like lazy, laid-back singing style too.
In this age of grand illusion, you walked into
Piano is beautiful.
out of my dreams.
Oh, love these vocals. They're ghostly. Piano going on.
Just because I believe, don't mean I don't think as well. Don't have to question everything in heaven or hell.
Oh, that's a great line. Holy. That organ is beautiful. This really does have like a religious feel to it. Like he's just pouring his heart out. He's like submitting himself to something. That's what it feels like. Love the wide vibrato on this track. It's so like guttural. Oh, what a line. Yeah, that was, like I said, it felt like him really like confronting something. And I don't know what that is, what necessarily he's confronting, but it was just such an emotional vocal performance. The lyrics are very like confessional and very, again, just like wanting something and just like, Lord, I kneel and offer you my word on a wing. Trying to hard to fit among your scheme of things. It's there's desperation here. The final line, does my prayer fit in with your scheme of things? What a heartbreaking line. That was amazing. That was very, very spiritual, kind of otherworldly, and really an emotional outpouring. Next track is TVC 15. Apparently this was like Bowie's coke addiction was severe at this time. That's what Genius is telling me. Love where the vocals are sitting on this one in the mix. What's a TVC 15? What is that? Is it like a speaker or something? Or is it? Oh, it might just be a TV. Ooh. Transmission. Ugh. He actually does kind of have an Elvis thing going on with the vocals. Maybe there's some Elvis inspiration there that I was maybe disregarding. I don't know. What a drug trip of a track, man. Apparently this was inspired by Iggy Pop's drug-induced hallucination that the TV in Bowie's home had swallowed his girlfriend. Yeah, that's what the TVC-15 is, I guess. You know, the transition sections make sense too. It feels like that's the act of swallowing. Weird. I don't know why I said it like that. You know, the act of swallowing the girlfriend. Okay, that doesn't make it much. That doesn't make it much better. I love this one line. Maybe if I pray each night, I sit there pleading, send, and in quotations, send back my dream test, baby. She's my main feature. And then my TVC-15, he just stares back unblinking. It's just funny being so like fixated on something too. There's something like inherently humorous about that. Especially with how like existential the last track was to narrow in on something so material and just like a single object. To narrow in on that on this track is like a really nice contrast from the last track, and kind of shows it kind of shows the highs and lows, I guess the range of what everybody feels, but I guess maybe how that can be amplified with, if what Genius is saying is true, Bowie's drug addictions at the time. Next track is Stay. What is that riff? I feel like I know that. At least the first half of it. I mean, it's funky again. Listen to that percussion. Wow. What a mix. What a groove, man. Come on, baby. These drums sound so good. It's got that the way funky drums are usually mixed where you like feel like you're in the drum set. Such a clean sound. Dude, what a vocal melody. There's those ghostly vocals again. Listen how like everything's so quick and fast with the instrumentation, but he just is gliding over it with so much poise vocally. Oh. Dude, the bass and the kick combo is crazy, bro. It's so perfect sounding. Boom. 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 Oh my god, dude. Bass is going off. Holy. That's one of my favorite Bowie tracks I've ever heard. As with any like great funk track, it really, it's a combination of everything, but it really comes down to like a solid bass line, just being in that pocket, doing the little fills when you need to, going a little bit crazy when you need to, but ultimately being just steady and simple. And again, just playing in that pocket. Everything on top of it, it just serves as like color at the end of the day. I really think the bass and the percussion on that track is like the foundation, of course. I just love seeing Bowie go in this more funk-inspired direction, I feel like it's done so well. I did not pay attention to the lyrics at all because musically that was easily my favorite track on the album so far, and I just couldn't believe how good that mix was. That was crazy. And like, again, the drums, how closely those were mixed and how like cleanly they were mixed too. It like feels like you're in the drums. Unbelievable. That was amazing. All right, we're moving on to the last track, which I'm very excited for because, again, I've been listening to a lot of Nina Simone this year. Wild is the Wind is, a classic from her. That entire album is great, and I'm just excited to see what Bowie does with this cover. Definitely a bit more, I think it's a bit quicker. Whoa. Didn't expect the acoustic guitar here.
Your life itself.
Love the delay on those vocals.
I believe when
like, Nina's writing is just, it's just like, it's beyond description. It's beyond words. It's unbelievable. I can't even like, oh God, I'm gonna cry just. This third verse is just unbelievable.
I hear the sound of melodies, all things to me. Don't you know your life itself?
Whew, that filled. That was crazy.
Like the leaf clings to the tree.
This is so dreamy, man.
Oh, my darling.
What an interesting take on this track. Wow. Oh my God. I just want to listen to the original, man. That was great, though. You know, that does what you should kind of expect with any great cover, and that's not to recreate the original track. A great cover is when you put your own spin on it, and that's exactly what Bowie did here. This is so him, but it still captures the original spirit of the original track. A little bit of a quicker pace to it. I think it definitely is a bit quicker, at least from how I'm remembering the original in my mind. But, you know, hit all the, I feel like the emotions and all the points that you need to hit with the vocals. And just like an unbelievable original song by Nina, of course. I mean, the lyrics are tender, they're simple, they're so heartfelt. That third verse, like the leaf clings to the tree. Oh, my darling, cling to me, for we're like creatures in the wind, and wild is the wind. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What are we doing? There you go. That's Station to Station. Overall, I like don't really have a set opinion on this album in general. Like, it's just kind of, it feels like more like a collection of really solid standalone tracks rather than like a complete album experience, in my opinion. Low felt like a little bit like, especially in the second half, some of the tracks bled together in a more like cohesive way. This again just feels like 6 really like solid standalone tracks, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just a different experience. Let me know if there's any more Bowie I should be doing at this point. Like, I definitely still need to do Heroes, which came out a year after this one. There's probably other ones that I should do as well, but there you go. Those are my thoughts. Very, very fun and enjoyable experience here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.